traders from across the globe, and welcome to the 1760th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni. Good evening, traders. This 1760th of these educational videos, this installment comes at you on a Thursday night for trading when? Friday the 13th. That is April 13th, Friday the 13th. Isn't that interesting? All right. I don't care about things like that. Friday the 13th, not Friday the 13th. Who cares? Let's follow the charts. With that in mind, before we get into them, traders, you must know that futures trading is extremely risky these days. Causes substantial financial loss, is not suitable for almost anybody. You've got to use stops. You've got to place your stops first. And you have got to have risk capital to lose if you're going to play this game. It is not easy. Markets have been moving like crazy. Volatility has really expanded. And you've got to know this game if you're going to play. However, couple of things. Quickly, being that I just mentioned volatility, I've noticed that it's actually coming in just a little bit now. My charts, the stops, the volatility starting to come in a little. Maybe we'll return to just a little bit of what we think is called normalcy. We'll see how that goes. Now, let's get into what we've got on this board. Traders, I've been showing you charts for about 10 to 12 days now, and in those charts, I've told you we've got this quagmire, if you will. It's almost a gunfight. You've got the 200 bar moving average. You've got this bear flag. And, you know, you've got the market rocking and rolling in between. And you are supposed to sell bear flags. But at the same time, look at the hold of the 200 bar moving average. You got to respect that. The 200 bar moving average trumps a bear flag. But we've been under the 200. Well, we've been under the OMNI. We have been above the 200. And we're in a bear flag. And believe it or not, those three things are really fighting with one another. I mean, the under the OMNI is not good. Holding the 200 bar moving average is fantastic. A big old bear flag right near the 200 bar moving average, while there's all sorts of trouble going on in the world, and you've got the possibility of a trade war and Trump tweets and things go crazy. Wow, you know, it's a tough spot. So looking at the charts, I said to myself, you know what? I know we have negated the big bear flag. And I told you that, okay, let's just call it not a flag because we've held that 200 bar moving average for 8 or 9 days now. Negate the flag, we'll call it a hold. At the same time, that big flag still exists. You see it on the chart, right? It's still there. So I let my mind start to wander today, and I went, you know what, I've got a theory. Here's why there's a big bear flag. Let me tell you what's going to happen. It's about Syria. I can read it through the charts. So after all the reading I've done in all the newspapers and looking at the charts, I come up with this theory, and this is early today before the market closes. My theory is this. The reason why we've got that bear flag there is that Trump is going to do something, or there'll be an international coalition will do something in Syria. From what I've read, I think Putin, Russia, is going to put people on the ground in Syria and let them get blown up so that they can show the U.S. blew up their soldiers, and they can say that we're going to pay, and they can almost act like it's some kind of declaration of war, and the bear flag is going to work out. That's why we have the bear flag. And then I went and did my OMNI homework and came up with a green OMNI and went, thank God, negated that whole stupid theory of mine. And we're going to go in and buy this thing tomorrow, and that's that. So imagine where your mind gets to wander. Thank the Lord I have an OMNI, because I don't care about what I thought. The OMNI's green. I am going with it. The hold of the 200 bar moving average remains intact for 8 days now. 8 days is a lot of days. We've got a green OMNI. I don't care about the news. I don't care about all that stuff, and I don't care what I was surmising today. I am a stupid human being. How would I know that's going to happen? Back of my mind, it is a small theory that Putin is going to put civilians and soldiers from Russia there so that they can call it an act of war. But who cares what I think? OMNI says we're getting long for Friday the 13th. I am not going to interfere with that. So that's it. 8 days above that 200 bar moving average, which I like to call the fund manager's blue light special. And we are going to continue to buy the dips in emini, S&P, and NASDAQ for trading Friday. We are not out of the woods yet because of that flag. However, weekly charts beg to differ, and I can't wait to show you those. And then gold fails at resistance. Omni turns red, and we are looking to sell gold. Traders, the chart segment's going to be interesting. I want you to watch. If you'd like to study with me, no more tickets. We are sold out for Omni Camp this June. Congratulations to you members who are going to make the camp. There is one more camp scheduled for the year. It is the last camp for 2018. It will happen in the fall. Omni Camp, one left this year in the fall. If you'd like, fill out your application, shoot them into me, and I'll choose 5 of you for the fall class. With no further ado, let's go look at some charts. Traders, E-mini S&P chart, as you can see, very great hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days now since we hit that 200-ball moving average and popped out of it. Above the average, but you know, even though I've negated it, because 8 days is a lot, but we are still in that flag. We haven't gotten completely out of it yet. And then you look at it like this and you go, okay, let's get the flag out of there, right? We've got it removed. Beautiful hold of the average, V-looking bottom. Why not just get brave and buy it? Green Omni, I gotta love that. But just remember this, we are below OTAPMA still. We are below Omni. And as far as my analysis is concerned, there is no way I'm calling gangbusters buy until we get above that. Can we buy dips and get out quickly? Yes. Well, am I going to tell you to buy and hold? Not until we get above my Omni. But we are holding for 8 days above that 200. That is pretty darn good for now. Let's move along. Traders, the Dow Jones Transportation Average, right? Remember this chart? You've seen it in many videos. Held the 200, little V bottom. Poof, held the 200, pops back out. Poof, almost hits 200, little V bottom. Gets there on one bar, breaks back out. Gets down here and builds this bear flag. This is the daily transportation average. Builds a bear flag, but popped off the average and got all the way back here. We're not at the top of the flag, and there's a lot of room to get long and still be out by the top of the flag, so no worry about a day trade on Friday. But just keep in mind that that flag, even though I've negated it, it is there for now until we get out of it. Then there's the Dow Jones Transportation Average weekly chart. Here's where things get interesting. Traders, check this out. Look at this trend line, first of all, the green trend line, and look at this average. And then let's talk about what's going on here. Now, this is a weekly, so each one of these green bars represents a full week's worth of trading. You came down to this trend line and got to the average, and it took exactly 10 weeks to do it again. Then when we started to rally out, I started to count, and it took 11 weeks to hit it again. And we rallied out, and it took 12 weeks to hit it again. This time it took 9. The average is 10.5 weeks. We're at it for 9 weeks already and starting to build another one. So we are within this week to next week of holding this and blowing up just like it's supposed to do. Now that's called a repetitive pattern, and here you can clearly see it. So when we go out to the weekly says, sit tight everybody, it doesn't matter what's going on in Syria, we're about to make another run up. Who knows, another week from now, right? Let's take a look at another chart. Now you've got the Dow Jones Industrial Average weekly. Look at this average, hold, beautiful, pop, hold, beautiful, pop, hold, nice pop, hold again, so far. Will it hold? Well, it's another story. We have a green Omni, we are holding, I love that picture. Next one. NASDAQ on the weekly bar. Look at this trend line. Look at this average. It's the exact same average. It's doing the exact same thing on any indice that I put it on. Hold, 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 and so far hold. With a green Omni for Friday. And then we move out one more to S&P Cash on the weekly. Look at this. What more could you ask for? Hold, hold, hold. Gets inside of a channel. Holds the channel and the average, boom, again holds the channel and the average. Now, is this a bear flag? Well, sure the hell looks like one to me. But we know that already, right? We're supposed to pretend we don't see the bear flag for now, because the bigger, or I should say, the technique that would trump a bear flag would certainly be a big average like this one, right? That would trump a bear flag anyway. So we're going to go with the green Omni for trading on Friday. And then you've got gold traders off the indices, and we start to look at gold. Now, we were actually long gold for trading on Thursday because why? It blew out above this trend line here, which it almost never does, and settled up here. So I thought, all right, let's buy the dip. The Omni's green. Well, it didn't work. The market went down. We lost money trading gold on Thursday. However, now the Omni is red and wants to sell gold, and we will be looking to sell gold for trading on Friday. And then, traders, there's finally this. Bitcoin futures. Now, why I'm showing Bitcoin is because, and thank you very much, Cool Dog 60 YouTube fan writes to me and says, Oscar, could you please do a chart on Litecoin? And what I want to say to you, Cool Dog, is how goes Bitcoin? How goes Litecoin? So let's just do the Bitcoin instead. And for you, here's the Bitcoin daily chart. And I've mentioned this before. You guys have all seen this in previous videos. Horrible, horrible channel that Bitcoin has been in. Just horrible. But look. We got above that channel. Now, it's only a one-day close above the channel, so you got to give it a little time. But that's interesting, to say the least, and Omni would be green for trading Bitcoin if we were to trade it on Friday. We do have a green Omni. We're not trading Bitcoin Friday, but that is interesting. That is for you, Cool Dog 60. I do expect that if the Omni is right and this breakout stays that way, you should move up for a few days in your Bitcoin / Litecoin as well. Traders, thank you for watching these videos. Thank you for paying attention to the chart segment. Come join me in my live trading room at livewithoscar.com. Okay, Omniacs, you've seen the charts. Now you've got my technical reason why we're going to keep that green Omni on the board and buy the dips no matter what's going on politically or fundamentally out there. In the evening S&P and NASDAQ, that is. 8 days now holding that 200. That's got to catch the attention of the street. Certainly, we're not out of the woods yet, but if you've watched that weekly chart segment with me and you looked at those charts, boy, oh boy, they don't look bad at all, right? Gold hits that resistance level at the top of that big old channel and starts to crack. That's what we're going to play with for trading on Friday. Okay, I'm next. Now, don't forget, theories are useless. You see how quickly I threw my theory out the window? Now I'm supposed to be a guy that knows so much about markets, and I know this, and I worked on the trading floor. Here's what I do know. I am a stupid human when it comes to this game. It's impossible to collect all this information that comes in now, you know, between the internet and TV and everywhere you get it from it. All this news comes in. How are we supposed to take in all that news, disseminate it, and come up with something that's right? You know what I'm saying? How could we? The charts know how to do that. So I took my theory and threw it right out the window. The second the charts told me buy Omni, I went, Oscar, don't be crazy. Just do what the Omni says. You should do the same. Don't listen to yourself. Listen to your chart analysis. Trade what you see, not what you hope for. That's the way to get this done. Traders, livewithoscar.com. Join me in my free live trading room. I am there all the time. Camera and microphone are on. I'm there to help you, to be with you, to get us all through these rough and tumble markets. And I know it's not easy. So hang out with me and I'll see if I can A, keep you calm, and B, teach you a couple of tricks on how to play this game. That's it, traders. Livewithoscar.com. I'll see you there. Remember, keep your emotions out of trading. One of the best things you can do, in my opinion, to help keep those emotions at bay, and believe me, I know it's not easy, but try this. Say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, and every evening, and you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Rock and roll. livewithoscar.com. I will see you there. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided.